Yo, the assassins will strap on some GoldenEye game this episode with the golden gun, trying to take out Gene this week in ACCA 13 episode 11. The episode before the finale, and just like we expected or even predicted, of course Nino was there to protect Gene, to shield Gene from the bullet that would have killed him. Man, Nino is such a good character. I mean, everybody else in this series is kind of deadpan, but he has the most compelling story out of everybody. He was probably going against his job because we know he is still just supposed to monitor Gene. But for him to step into the line of fire to protect his friend from death, you gotta give it up for the man on that. He's not dead, but he is in pretty bad shape. He's in the hospital. Gene at the Furawau district? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I butchered that. The Eye of the Storm, the Lion's Den, the Eye of the Fire, whatever you want to call it. But to the Lilium family, this is known as the District of Beautiful Flowers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that can be taken out of context, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of beautiful flowers there. But anyway, Gene was at this district. You got the first princess sending out assassins to try to kill him, and when they failed and shot Nino instead, they decided to kill themselves. So you don't really have a breadcrumb there, even though Gene does recognize that these were probably the people that were sent to kill Lada too. But talking about this district in particular, this district looks a lot like Dubai. I'm pretty sure that's what it was based off of. Again, another very beautiful city. And I like about this series that we get to see, like, these 13 districts, we get to see them as different aspects of different countries across the world. Like, the district that we were in last week, Pranetta, was kind of like the hard-working city. And then in this city that we have this week, home of the Lilium family, it was just a very vibrant, a very beautiful place. And all of the people there, they were just happy. They just had like this smile on their face, and it just didn't seem right. It seemed like it was forced or something like that. I mean, think about it. Like, think about people in customer service, or when you're out and about and you can tell that some people are just smiling because it's their job to do so. Gene kind of got that same feeling that I got. Like, for example, as somebody that works in customer service or tech support or something like that, how they really feel about their job on their off day, yeah, they're gonna be the most savage people out there. But when they're on that phone, when they're at that office or whatever, they probably got that smile on their face. And I get that same feel for the people of this district that Lilium represents. And I think it's all because they got something cooked up in this district. And of course, they can't make it blatant that they're the bad guys. They want to act like they're the brightest and sunniest people on the bunch. And another thing that I really like about ACCA 13 is how this is a fictional series, but they take things that are going on in the world in real life and apply them to these 13 districts as if it's the world themselves. Like, for example, oil is a really big resource in this series, and the Lilium family is going to use that to their advantage. I mean, it's to the point where they're depriving people. Oil prices are going up and down. It's causing civil unrest. So that's another good thing that I can't commend this series for, is how they're taking things that are really affecting us as the people in the real world and condensing it down to these 13 districts. So it's like they're living where we live every day. It's just in a different setting. In this episode, Gene also discovers that Furawau is actually the people behind the coup. They were the driving force, and we've seen throughout the series that he has gained the cigarette or the blessing of all 13 of the districts, including Doa. But it was only until Gene saw how Nino was and what Nino did, putting his life on the line, that he decided to say, you know what, maybe I need to go forward with this plan, take the throne, to make things a better place. And I want to go back and talk about Nino again, because he was saying that, you know, I was still within the lines of my job for putting my life on the line and doing what I did. You know, I didn't do anything to jeopardize my job. Maybe I'll get some recognition, and it's about damn time Nino does get some recognition for what he's doing. This has been his whole life, this mission. And even his father did this until the day he died on that train. And now we see the same thing with Nino, because he could have died protecting Gene. That shot could have killed him, but he did it to protect his friend and for the royal family. But if Gene ascends to the throne, this guy really does need to have a high position. And I think if Gene is serious about this, he really will go ahead and give his friend some type of knighthood or something. I mean, that's going to be a hell of a bodyguard to have on your side, seeing everything that Nino has put aside just to make sure that everything is in order for the Otis family. So for him to get the recognition, for Gene to sit on that throne and say, "This is my right hand man," I would love that. That would like push everything up even higher for this series for me, for Nino to get his day in the sun, because he definitely deserves it for everything he's doing for Lada and everything that he's doing for Gene. And we finally get Lilium's plan, which again, after you sit back and absorb it, you can kind of see where it was going. You just didn't exactly know his place in all of it. And what that is he wants to ascend Gene to the throne and then act as more of his counsel. So once he gets Gene to the throne, he will start making decisions that will benefit from his district. And then once they have complete control through the machinations that he's going to be putting into the ear of Gene, his country is probably going to take over and nobody will see it coming. And it was done, I would have to say it was done pretty well, because now the coup is no longer a rumor. Even people within the offices know that this coup is going on, and the only person that really has a problem with it was the character we met way back in episode 2, back when we first learned more about the coup and what was going on. He is kind of like, I don't think we should be putting our hope into just the ACCA, but at the same time, you gotta look at everybody else. Nobody wants to lose their job. So if doing this coup forefronted by the ACCA 13 is going to make things better for everybody else, and I can understand why everybody wants to go with it, not knowing the sinister plan behind it. Because think about it, nobody has any faith in Prince Swan. They know that Prince Swan's going to break up ACCA 13. Everybody thinks that he's a straight up idiot, and who knows where things can go if he decides to take power. I mean, even Rail, you know, Rail is like, I don't think this Swan dude should get power. He's an idiot. I would rather have you, Gene, on the throne than this guy. Plus, he probably said that so he can get in better with Lada. But anyway, it's like no one has faith in Prince Swan, so that kind of makes me wonder where he's going with his next move as well, because he is going to the ceremony in the place of the king. Will assassination happen there? Will he just say, "Screw you guys, I'm going to take over"? Will someone flip the tables and decide to sign with him, which will be a big blow to everybody? We don't know, but right now it looks like the rest of the districts at the very least wants to push Gene to the throne. And whether he wants that or not, he probably doesn't, but he does know that this would be the best thing for everybody, so he's going to decide to go with it. And back to the character that we met so long ago, I think his name was something with it. I forgot his name. Anyway, the guy with the beard that we met way back in like the France type of setting. Gene was like, you know what, I still want you to take my job, so if I become king, it's all yours. So that's good that he's calling back to some stuff like that as well. But with one episode left, I'm sad to see that we don't have enough time to wrap everything up, because there's still so much on the table. Like, again, what is Swan's plan? Moreover, what's going on with Groslar? We know that now that Lilium has revealed his plan, he still has a foot on the throat of Groslar for some reason. Perhaps Groslar has a lot of power, and if he decided not to fall in line with Lilium, it can turn things all over. I mean, we still don't know about a Ben. I mean, is he a Ben? Is he related to a Ben? Does he have something that can change everything? But Groslar has some type of hold on, Lilium has some type of hold on Groslar, so we don't know what it can be, but he's falling in line pretty well, and it looks like it is very reluctant. So we still got plans out there. We don't know what the first princess has up her sleeve. Will she try to kill somebody else? Of course, she's probably gonna try to kill Gene again. And if this series ends on like a cliffhanger or something like that, we don't know if we're going to get a second season, because the reception has been very lukewarm for this series, even though it did get a lot better in the second half. Also, it's done by Madhouse. We know that Madhouse has a reputation of not continuing series. I mean, they have before, like with Ippo and Ace of Diamond, which were ongoing. Hunter x Hunter was ongoing, but they never really came back and did something outside of Ippo. But now they're doing One Punch Man. Now they're doing Overlord, unless that goes over to Studio Nuts. So you never know. We might see another season of that. But now we just have to strap in and get ready for next week. Again, another fine episode by ACCA 13. I can honestly say that ever since episode 7, this series has been knocking the ball out the park by being a very engrossing series, and honestly shaping up to the series that we all thought it was going to be when it started. Unfortunately, it just took a little bit too long for everybody to be on board with it. But I definitely cannot wait for next week for a finale. Again, I do believe it is 12 episodes. I don't think it was 13 because mostly everything's ended next week anyway, with the exception of a few series. So definitely let me know what you thought of this chapter, this episode in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now. Just chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.